Hello guys, good morning. You're welcome to Web Techie. Well, you are welcome to my channel. Today in our video, we are going to be walking us through how we can loop a triangle. So how we can loop a triangle. And as always, our method on our channel is to always go through the 4 steps to problem solving method using the 4 steps to problem solving method. So these are the things I'm going to be using to solve questions here on my channel. So for any questions I'll be solving, for any JavaScript or any language, I'll be solving a problem on it. So I'm going to be using these 4 steps to explain. So because it is very important to go through these 4 steps before, so as to make your code look good. Yeah, the question, before we go to the first step, the question we're going to talk about is looping a triangle. And it says, write a loop that makes 7 calls to console.log to output the following triangle. So before I proceed, I would like to mention the 4 steps to the problem solving method. So the first one is understand the problem. So you need to understand the problem. So that is the first step. So when you are given any task, when you are given any problem to solve, any technical questions, maybe whether you went for an interview or you are just practicing on your own. So the first thing you need to do is that you should first understand the problem. And understanding the problem entails by asking yourself what's the input, what's the output, and so on and so forth. So these are the things you need to know when you try to understand the problem. So in this case, that is the first. I said I want to mention the 4 steps. So that is the first step. That is the first step. The second one is what you have to draw a plan. When you understand the problem, the next thing you need to do is what you draw a plan, meaning you devise a plan to use to solve that problem you understand. So the problem you understand, so you should try to devise a solution, a plan for that problem. And this is what we call pseudo code. So we call this pseudo code. And the third one is what, after you understand the problem, you devise a plan to solve this problem. The next thing is to carry out with the solution. You've already understand the problem, of course, and you've devised a plan, a method you want to use to solve this problem. So after that, the next thing is what you go straight to solve the problem using those understanding and the plan you drew. So this is the third step. And the last and final step I'm going to be using is what you have to go back and then look back to your code, and in terms of improving your code. So you need to go back and look through the codes to see if there's anything you can improve in that code. So these are the 4 steps I'm going to be using to solve problems on my channel. So, and I hope you're enjoying this. Before we continue, please, I would like you to kindly subscribe to my channel. You can see this is a new channel, and I hope it is really beneficial to my friends out there and my colleagues out there too. So please kindly subscribe to my channel and always like our videos and always recommend us. Now, so to solve this problem, the first thing we need to do, according to our method, is what the steps we are going to be using is what we should first try to understand the question. The question says, write a loop that makes 7 calls to console.log to output the following triangle. And before I also proceed, you should always know that solving technical questions or programming questions like this is the way we solve things differ, the way we understand things differ. So these are my own understandings. So I'm using my own understandings to explain these challenges or these problems. So you can also devise your own plan using the way you understand it. So, but this should be this will just be a guideline for you so that you can tackle any questions you have. So understanding this problem is just simple. This is a simple task, of course. So, and they said write a loop that makes 7 calls to console. I understand from this question is that they want us to loop through. They want us to loop 7 times, to call what console.log. So the loop, we have to loop 7 times to call console.log. And definitely console.log should output these things here. So this thing there. So it means calling console.log 7 times, we are going to get this thing there, this triangle. So I can say this triangle is also up to 7. You can see this is the first console.log, and this is the second console.log, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the 7th. So this is that is it. So the next thing I understand from this question is that I'm not only just consoling.log this character here. I'm not just consoling.log, because if I'm just consoling.log here, it means I'm just going to be having just one each. So 1 1. But what we want to do is what? To get a triangle. So how can we do that? So it means that we are going to get an input, of course. So an input. So I'm going to get an input whereby the input will be a string. The input will be what? A string. The input will be a string. And this string will always take this hash character. So we always take this hash character. And for the first, it means that we are going to have an input. It can be a variable. So, and it will be having for the first call to console, it's going to have this hash 1, just 1. For the second, it's going to have 2, and for the third, it's going to have 3, and for the fourth, it's going to. So that is it about the. Now, the pseudo code is here, and the pseudo code is I will get a string var, and you can call it, say, triangle. So this string, of course, will be empty since we have not started looping. And I'm going to loop 7 times. So I'm going to loop 7 times, and using for loop. So using for loop. And the next thing I'm going to do is increment this hash by 1 for each loop. I'm going to be incrementing this hash by 1 for each loop. And the last thing is I'm going to print out the hash using what? Console.log. Now, actually, I've done this here so that we can, but let us go to our VS Code to explain this. So, and I'm going to be using the pseudo code one after the other to explain it. From our pseudo code, the first thing is that we need to get a variable. So we need to get a variable, and let me comment this. So we get a variable called triangle. So let me say, let triangle. So for now, the triangle is an empty string. And the next thing, according to my pseudocode, is I have to create a loop 7 times. So 7 times. Okay, just say this. So that means using for loop for, and let I equals to 0, I less than So since we are already given the number of times we want to loop, I can just say less than 7. But actually, I can also say less than or equal to what, 6. Because what I just need is that my loop should go 7 times. So why I'm using I less than or equal to 6 is that since I is equals to 0, so if we start from 0, we are going to, let me just write it down here. 0, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can see this is 7. If you count it, 6, 1 from 6, counting backward, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see this also is equal to what, 7. So I'm just showing you this so that you can know how to use the what, the condition. So, but let me use 7. So if I'm using 7, I'm going to use less than 7. Or I say I equals to initialize I to the 1 and make it that way. So then the next thing is I'm going to increment R. So, and this is the body of the loop. And the body of the loop, the first thing we need to do in the body is that we need to increment this hash by 1 for each loop. So for each loop, we have to increment hash. So that means we already have our string that will hold the hash, which is triangle. So we can say triangle equals to, sorry, not since we want to increment it, so equals to what, hash. Then we need to console. Let me copy that too. So we have to print it out using console, as this is the requirement in the what? So we have console.log, and we are using our triangle now. So that is all according to my pseudocode. So, and now let us try the code and see if it works. Boom. I can see my code is working and it is correct. So this is it. We got the required solution. So the last step from my method of solving problem is we have to look back. Let us look back if there's anything we can do. Is there anything we can improve in this code? Let's see. Right triangle. Wow. For me, I haven't seen any, and I don't think there's any for me. So, but if you are the type you know, we know how to solve problems more than ourselves, and I'm also a student and I'm still learning. I'm still a learner, and I'll always continue learning. So if you know that you have some other ways of improving this code, you can just comment it below, and I really appreciate. I really appreciate that, really. So thank you for watching, and this will be the end of our challenge for today. Triangle, making looping a triangle, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please kindly subscribe to our channel and like our videos, and I will really appreciate if you can also tell your friends about our channel. So until we meet in our next on our next video. So bye bye.